Hello everyone and welcome to my corner of the world. Today I'm going to be sharing a card with you that I did with some of my ladies at the tail end of last year, and I don't quite know what to call it, but when you open it you get this lovely effect here, and it really is pretty, and I'm going to basically share the construction of this card with you. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to do this front piece. So I've taken a piece of Whisper White card and I've already done the stamping on it. And basically I have used this stamp set, which is the Touches of Texture. And I've used the Smoky Slate with this stamp here. And I've put it down. I've taken this with Perfect Plum. This little flower I've also done dotted around, and then the stem with the leaf I've just run up to meet the flower. Now there's a die set called the Lovely Wood Thinlits die set, and it's got a number of dies. One says Friends. The heart-shaped one says Lovely, and I chose to use the circular one for this card, which says Hugs. And all I did was then to place it on my card, run it through my Big Shot, and then I've got Hugs coming out there like that. So that's my front feature piece. This is then adhered to a piece of Perfect Plum, which I had run through the Big Shot with the Scattered Sequins embossing folder. And depending on where you put it in the folder, you can have lots if you put them down the bottom and less if you put them up the top. So I pre-did that so that we wouldn't use time on the video. And then all I'm going to do is to use some liquid glue and a little dots on my words piece, my letters here, just to keep them down. And then adhere to piece of Perfect Plum like that. Okay, right, so I'm going to set that aside, and then I have my card base, and this is in Lemon Lime Twist 11 by 4 1/4, and I've scored it at 5 1/2, and I'm just going to put my fold in and then just use my bone folder there. And then I've taken two pieces of, I think it's called Pretty Petals. I can't recall. But again, they're 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to use, again, my liquid glue to adhere them down. To the inside of the card. And I'm just going to let a small border, oops, let's get that out of the way, small border show through on both sides. And I like using liquid glue because it gives me a chance to just sort of shimmy it around to get my nice even borders. You have to be careful, until it dries it will move. So I'm going to set that piece aside. Now I have my feature pieces, and they're 4 squares, and once again I've stamped them up with the same stamp set as I did on my front piece, and this is 2 by 2 and this is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and again I'm just going to use some liquid glue to stick those two pieces together. And then on the back of each one I've also put a length of double-sided tape, the tear and tape, and that's going to be used to fix it to this bar. So those are my pieces. The bar that they're being attached to is 11 inches by 1 inch, and I've used smoky slate, and I've scored it at 5.5, and my memory fails me, but I will put the information on my blog. The link to my blog will be underneath this video. So you're going to fold it in half like that, and then you're going to take the two side pieces and fold them back up to the middle. Just make sure everything is folded square, and so you're going to end up with like a W. You're then going to put some more of the tear and tape, and you're going to place it on the two pieces on the end like this. And now we're ready to assemble the card. So what we're going to do is you're going to take one side and remove the tape. Of course, I forgot to get myself a piercing tool out here, so we just have to struggle a moment. Okay. There we go. And you're going to place it roughly halfway down, and you're going to line this cut edge up with the cut edge of the card and just lay that down. Then you're going to take the tape off the other side There we go. And if you keep that like held down like that and bring this over like that, press it firmly, and there you go. So my next step is to place the pattern pieces, and I'm going to get my other card out just so as I can see how I did it, just so that there's consistency there. So we're going to place this one kind of like that, and then I'm going to take the one that's just got the little flower, because this is the one that you're going to write your to and from on. All the others are decorated up. There's not much in the way of room for your message, but I left this one blank so as we can put the message in. And then the last two pieces. I'm going to put this one, make sure it's going the right way. Okay, I'm going to put this one, and I'm just placing them basically equidistant between the folds on that band. Oh, and there's my last one. There we go. And so that was going to fold like that. And then my final piece, again, I'm going to use my liquid multi-purpose adhesive. Like that. I might just open it, and there's less bulk that I'm handling now. Now the other thing I did was to just take a little bit of my liquid glue and put it in my flower centers and put some dazzling diamonds on. And then I've taken this lovely lemon lime twist. It's 1/2 inch wide and it's striped. I've made a bow. I have a video that explains how I make my bows. Just look on my channel, and I'm just going to use a glue dot, and I'm going to pop it up here, and then I've decorated my envelope again just in the same design, and there we have our really lovely card with just an unusual surprise inside when you open it up. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this card. As I say, there's a link underneath this video which will lead you to my blog, and that will have the dimensions and a link to my online store where you can buy the supplies. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.